Hello, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. Just wanted to start out by hoping you are all well and staying safe. We have decided to make a blog thing of all our adventures of 2020. The intent of this series is to just simply share our crazy year with you and maybe even inspire some adventures. We have been very fortunate this year and have been able to stay employed. Our company has even provided us opportunities to work at sister parks across the country. This is our first crack at making a blog, so bear with us as the quality will hopefully improve as we continue. This series will be 4 parts, and it's just some pictures with a voiceover, as we had no intention of making a blog until recently, so we don't have any good video. In the future, we hope to get some good video content and get a little more legit. Let's get this thing going. This year's adventure started in mid-January with a visit from some brewers. We spent a fun week traveling across California and Nevada. We spent the first few days staying local and visiting Monterrey and Big Sur, California. Big Sur is truly one of the most breathtaking drives in the country. From its high cliffs, beautiful beaches, towering bridges, and amazing wildlife, there is constantly something awesome to see. Holly and I visit Big Sur often, so it was nice to share one of our favorite places with family. And no stop to Monterey is complete without a trip to Ghirardelli. From our area, Monterey, we headed on a road trip to South Lake Tahoe and Las Vegas. We spent 2 days in the Lake Tahoe area, driving to Emerald Bay, walking around Heavenly Village, and also finding some snow to play in. Tahoe is great in all seasons, but winter provides the area with a nice blanket of snow, which makes the views even more breathtaking. Tahoe really has everything: a beautiful lake, several ski resorts, and endless outdoor activities. We love being just a short day's drive away from here and look forward to many more visits. From Tahoe, we headed to Las Vegas. We spent a few days in Vegas doing Vegas stuff and having a great time. After a few days of great food and shows, Holly and I rented a car and made the drive back home. The next few weeks, we were just living normal life, going to a Sharks game, and getting ready for the trip of a lifetime. In mid-February, we had the incredible opportunity to take some of our nephews on a surprise trip to Disneyland. Holly and I made the short trip down to Anaheim to pick everyone up from the airport, get some late-night dinner, and finally let the boys in on the surprise. We then spent the next 3 days having a blast at the parks and making some great memories with some of our favorite little humans. This trip was everything we hoped it would be. We cherished the time we get to spend with the boys, and what better place to spend time together. The only negative was that this would end up being the last trip we would take in what we now know as the time before COVID. Luckily, during the trip we had no knowledge of what was yet to come, and we could just let loose and enjoy the trip. No trip to Disneyland is complete without endless snacks, many forced pictures, and awkward character meet and greets. All joking aside, we had the best time at Disneyland, and for the first time, we got to go there with children, and it wasn't just 2 grown adults at Disneyland. We got back home from the trip to get some much-needed rest, put in some hours at work getting ready for our park to open, and took a visit to one of our favorite places, the Monterey Bay Aquarium. I cannot emphasize enough how amazing this aquarium is, and how lucky we are to live so close and visit often. Their exhibits are truly incredible and like nothing else we've seen. And then COVID hit, and everything changed. We got the news that our park had delayed its opening indefinitely, so we did only what logical people would do. We packed up as much as we could, left on a day's notice, and headed to Texas. After endless driving and tons of Whataburger on our long journey, we set up shop in League City to wait out what we thought was a 3-week pandemic. Week after week went by with lots of laptopping, tons of great food, a ridiculous amount of fishing, and playing games with our friends. I even flew back to Cali for a couple days to check on the house in mid-April since we had no idea how much longer we'd be gone. Flying in April during COVID was definitely a weird experience. Although there was so much uncertainty, it was nice to be able to spend so much time in Texas doing things we love with family. The next few weeks consisted of spending too much time playing Animal Crossing, eating our anniversary dinner in the back of our car, and wandering around Galveston. As the weeks continued to go by, we finally felt like there was an end in sight, and so we decided to head back home and finally get back to normal. Or so we thought. We made the epic journey back to California, settled back into our house, continued to work from home, and hoped the end of the pandemic was near. Well, that's it for part 1 of our 2020 series. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you will watch the rest of the episodes. We'll try and post part 2 by New Year's, and then the last 2 episodes in the first few weeks of January. Leave a comment if you have any questions, or you just want to let us know what you think. Thanks for watching.